joining us to actually dissect this and bring us up to speed with the latest, especially looking at this week, is the Managing Director, Trust Bank Asset Management Limited, Aziz Lawal. Thank you for being here this morning, Aziz. Always on time and good to see you. Well, let's go straight into the question. Was there any special reason for the large sell-off in the industrial goods?
Yeah, good morning. Once again, thank you for having me. No special reasons really. What we saw last week was more of activities of profit takers. If you remember, this time Monday we talked about the possibility of the banking index, the banking stocks returning this week, and that's the previous week to perform on the back of the sell-offs we saw in previous week. So that was exactly what played out last week. So for now, profit takers went to industrials to sell them while they were buying banking stocks. Though we still saw some banking stocks that declined, but week on week we saw that the banking index gained. So I mean, in summary, what we saw last week, not special reasons really, but it's just the activities of profit takers who have seen that over time a particular stock has risen in price, so they sold to take their profit and move to other stocks. Thank you.
All right. Meanwhile, the NGX reported total domestic transactions grew by 1.70%, while foreign transactions dropped by 37.24%. Now, what implication does this have, and how soon can more foreign portfolio investors come in?
Yeah, that's two questions in one, right? I would like to start with the last, which is the relevant one here. I mean, there are a bit of technical analysis around this thing, but in context, if you remember what the airliners faced when they said they were going to stop flying, going the route of Nigeria, just because they were making money from Nigeria, but they could not repatriate because there was no FX for them to take their money back to their home countries. It's the same thing that we have with investors in Nigeria. You come into the Nigeria capital market, you invest in stocks, you make money, you want to take it back, there are no dollars to take it back. So it's the same thing with Nigerian capital market, what we saw with the airlines. So that will be, so the low performance, the low participation I will see from foreign portfolio investors is going to stay with us for a very long time. So there will be no improvement anytime soon until the CBN addresses that challenge of, if you make money, you can repatriate, it will make dollars available to you. As far as this, in as much as there are no dollars for investors to repatriate their earnings and their profits, we'll continue to see low participation of foreign investors in the local capital market. Thank you.
All right. Well, lastly, the Monetary Policy Committee of Nigeria's Apex Bank starts today. And considering the recent World Bank advice against hike interest rates, would the CBN comply or follow U.S. Federal Reserve's direction?
Ideally, that is what's supposed to happen. Ideally, that's what's supposed to happen. When inflation is rising and the value of your local currency is also falling, typically you should raise rates to arrest inflation and also to make your currency attractive. But then it's not a given in Nigeria that when you raise rates, you address those issues, unlike you see with foreign countries, because of our very large uncaptured informal sector, where ideally these policies are supposed to arrest inflation and make the naira more valuable. We've not seen that recently. So in that regard, and already, I mean, the too many challenges and the economy is still struggling to fully recover, even despite the positive growth in GDP. So we don't see the CBN raising rates. There's most likely going to be a hold, and if I thought they are forced to raise rates, it's most likely be around 50 basis points. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Aziz Lawal, for talking to us. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome.